This exhibition in London, Indomitable Ukraine, is full of battle trophies, artefacts, maps and photos, all about Ukraine's resistance against Russia. And what's really interesting is it features the first memorial of its kind dedicated to British citizens that have gone to fight in Ukraine against Russia, a handful of which are ex-British military.
Well, there's a few of them I've met over the years and interviewed. For example, Daniel Burke, who's listed there. He formed a volunteer unit called the Dark Angels that fought down in southern Ukraine in Mykolaiv during the first year of the war. He was an ex-parachute regiment soldier. Christopher Perryman, I also met him. He was an ex-Royal Fusilier who had fought in Iraq, and he signed up like Daniel early on and was killed by a mortar shell, I think it was, or some sort of artillery fire in October of 2023. He'd served in Iraq during the invasion that toppled Saddam Hussein, and he'd been on active duty in Basra and Amara, a place I knew actually from covering the Iraq war. And he, that was quite a lively area during the British involvement in southern Iraq, and he was on bases where there was artillery coming in all the time, but he said that was nothing compared to being on the receiving end of the Russian artillery, which was a different league altogether. I didn't meet Jordan Gatley, but I believe he was served with the rifles up in Edinburgh, and again was killed in summer of 2022 when the fighting really started to intensify in the eastern Donbass region.
And what struck you about these military veterans that had gone out to Ukraine when you had met them out there and interviewed them?
Well, if they had one thing in common, it was that they all believed in the cause. These were not people who were just going to go and look for any old war to fight. A number of them went back for repeated tours. They didn't just do, 3 months, kind of get that box ticked so they can come back and say, hey, I fought in Ukraine. They often went out there time and time again. Most of these people would have gone entirely on their own. The decision to go would have been on their own. And then when they come back, after serving during time of R&R back in the UK, they'd be coming back entirely on their own, and in towns where there'd be no ticker tape parade, no reception, no welcoming party, no warm words of congratulation from the Prime Minister, no medals. So it's quite a lonely experience serving in the Legion.
In these photos there is not only Ukrainians but also British soldiers who are serving in different units of Ukrainian army and standing side by side with our guys. And their support of British people is very important for us, for Ukrainians, because we know how hard there is in Ukraine. There is a people, there is a world who helps us and support us. A member of our War Museum team, his name is Yuji, he's over here on the photo. And in last year he was in UK, he was with his unit, he will have trainings for 3 months, and it was a great experience for him.
And Ukraine is very grateful to them, but this memorial, things like this are pretty much the only recognition that they're getting here in the UK right now.
Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.